Hey guys, how are you? Today I thought I'd bring you a quick review, talk about the Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, and I'll tell you, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought this movie was very well done. It paid respect to Chadwick, and it hit all the heartstrings. I know this is Monday, so the movie made, I think, 180 million first weekend box office, which I think is the most any movie's ever made for November, which is pretty impressive because I know a lot of very popular movies have come out in the month of November over the years. This movie, they do things right, and that's what I liked about it, is how, like, rather than giving us something like he died in a snap or whatever, they give us he actually died of his illness, like in real life. I thought that was a great way to pay homage, is not to change nothing, not to make it different, just make it fit within the MCU. Almost like it felt like the MCU and real life were hit for once. Like, it actually felt like a part, like it connected in a way. Namor was fantastic. I was very excited as a fan of the comics to see Namor come in. And a lot of people didn't realize that, no, he's not going to be killed by Black Panther. First off, Black Panther wasn't going to kill him anyway, because that's the whole point of her learning. That's her journey. Seeing Killmonger meant, that she had to overcome that in a way. And I loved how they did that. Rather than her seeing who you thought she was going to see, of course, Chadwick, but they couldn't probably do that because they didn't have time to get anything like that done, nor did they think they would have to make that because, well, yeah, that wasn't the circumstances at the time. But using Killmonger really gave it that push, and as a Killmonger fan, it was great to see him again. But it was also the fact that the action scenes were done so well, and they didn't keep giving you more questions that they then answered for you. They just kept giving you these levels of, action, but then tension, then emotion, just a lot of emotion throughout the movie. Like, you learning about Namor's kind and the underwater and all these beautiful places that Shuri gets to see with Namor, and you're just like, wow, how he shows how he made a sun under the water to be able to let his people see and his people believe, and like all this amazing stuff that really hits every heartstring. And then the fact that at the end he has to he basically says, like, you beat me, so I will join you, but you have to help me protect my people, which is what is most important to him, which really, stood out as one of the villain characters that we've already, a lot of these villains that they give us in the MCU, they're just there to give us a little characterization and then just be killed off by the end of the movie, and you're left with nothing. Like Thor Love and Thunder. I thought Gore could have been a phenomenal villain, and they screwed us on his character by barely giving us anything. What we get is supposed to be this goofy, weird children taker that you're like, what the heck? And then they end it where, okay, he gets his payoff, but is that all we get from this character? Is that all you're going to give us? Come on, Thor. But Black Panther, they knew what they were doing. They knew they had to give us payoff. They knew they had to give us a great film, because after everything that, the Black Panther has now gone through with the payoff was great. And I feel like a lot of people might say this movie had too much in it and it was too long, and I get that. Any movie that's almost 3 hours can definitely be cut, especially so I go with my friends and my nephew, and he's a younger kid, so a 3-hour movie almost, he's not staying awake, but he wanted to go because he loves the Black Panther character so much. But someone like me who stayed awake through the whole thing and watched the whole thing and loved it, I can still see things that they could have cut, things that didn't need to be in there. And that's the only issue with the movie. Besides that, I can see myself watching this and enjoying it every time I have to go back to these films. At the end of the day, I would say I'd give this movie a 9 out of 10. And I don't give many movie 9s a 9 out of 10, but this one deserved it. This one they did right. A lot of people, including myself, were worried going into this movie that they were going to mess it up and do something that wasn't going to respect Chadwick Boseman enough and what he did for the Black Panther character. And like I love that original Black Panther movie. I love Civil War. So anything that has him in it is some of my most favorite things from the MCU. So I really respect Ryan Coogler, the writing, everything that went into this movie. And I hope that we get some more stuff with Namor, some more stuff with Shuri as Black Panther. And I can't wait to see that. And I hope you guys can check it out in the theater if you're able to, or hopefully on Disney Plus when this eventually comes out. Because I think everyone will really enjoy this and like what they did to respect Chadwick Boseman.